Here's why you play Valentina, the prophetess of the Knight in the mid lane. First off, she has excellent poke and sustain thanks to her ability to deal consistent damage while healing herself through her passive. She brings a flexible utility to any team composition due to her unique ultimate, which allows her to steal and cast the enemy's strongest skill. On top of that, Valentina has high mobility and reset potential that enables her to reposition quickly and chain her abilities for sustained pressure. However, Valentina is vulnerable to burst damage, especially when her dash is on cooldown. She also has a high skill cap, requiring proper timing and decision making to make use of her copied ultimate effectively. Lastly, Valentina struggles against assassins who can close the gap and eliminate her before she can react. Valentina's passive, Primal Force, allows her to gain an extra EXP each time she damages an enemy hero, allowing her to scale quickly. If the enemy's level is not higher than hers, part of the damage dealt is converted into HP, giving her natural sustain during trades and fights. Valentina's first skill, Shadow Strike, is Valentina's primary poke and crowd control tool. She fires a magic blast in a targeted direction, damaging enemies and slowing them. If a marked enemy is hit again within a period, they are terrified, briefly disabling them. This makes it effective for zoning, poking, and setting up kills. Valentina's second skill, Arcane Shade, dashes forward while firing 3 bolts that damages nearby enemies. Each hit shortens the cooldown of her first skill, letting her chain combos more effectively. This skill can be used twice, offering strong mobility and the ability to chase or escape depending on the situation. Valentina's ultimate, I Am You, targets an enemy hero and steals their ultimate. If she casts the stolen skill, she briefly transforms into that hero, gaining their basic attack type. It provides immense flexibility in fights, letting her counter enemy heroes or mimic powerful ultimates. If the target is a physical damage hero, she gains bonus physical attack for the duration. Moving on to builds, I usually build Tough Boots, Glowing Wand, Enchanted Talisman, Blood Wings, Divine Glaive, and finally Wishing Lantern. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, the best spells for Valentina are Flame Shot for poke and finishing off targets from range, or Flicker for additional mobility and repositioning during fights. Valentina performs well against heroes with limited mobility and poor disengage, such as Hanabi and Faramis, due to her continuous poke and soft crowd control. However, she struggles against assassins like Hayabusa, Natalia, and Hanzo, who can burst her down before she gets a chance to respawn. Pairing her with CC Heavy or buffing allies like Carmilla and Atlas gives her more room to land her abilities and makes use of stolen ultimates. You should start with the first skill at level 1, prioritize leveling up the first skill for damage and crowd control, followed by the second skill for mobility. Always upgrade the ultimate whenever available. Valentina is a versatile mage that thrives on outplaying opponents and reacting to enemy drafts. Use your passive's healing to your advantage by constantly poking during the laning phase, especially when ahead in levels. Save your second skill for dodging key abilities or resetting your first skill during combos. Understanding enemy ultimates is key. Knowing which to steal and when to use it can be the difference between turning the tide of a fight or wasting your strongest tool. In team fights, try to position yourself safely to avoid being bursted down early, especially by assassins. Always adapt your build and playstyle based on the enemy team's heroes and ultimates. Valentina rewards game knowledge and quick decision making, so the more you play her, the better you'll get at choosing the right moments to strike.